Good afternoon. I am Kattiya Intaravishai. This is my first time to meet you in non-deal roadshow as a new CEO of KBANK. So allow me sometimes to briefly introduce myself to you. I have been working with KBANK for more than 30 years and have been rotating to several job functions. For example, as a relationship manager, investment banker, credit policy, retail banking, and corporate strategy, HR, and the financial function. I also been involved in a key strategic project of KBANK, which called K Transformation. This one includes the core banking replacement and data analytics. Also, during the 1997 crisis, we call Tom Yam Kung crisis. At that time, I was the middle management, have been involved in helping the bank raise the capital during that difficult time. Even though I have several job experience, I still feel that I need to keep myself updated and learn new things to be able to keep myself up with the change in the dynamic changing world. So together with me is you saw them earlier is our management committee. Each individuals of them have a special expertise in their area. So. And we also share the same KPI as a team. So in the meeting today, I would like to share our view on the economic outlook, how it would impact banking industry, followed by a quick summary of our 2020 performance highlight. Then our target for the year 2021, what would be our strategy and what we plan to do going forward to achieve our target and long-term sustainable growth. Although global economic output is recovering from collapse triggered by COVID-19, it was expected to remain below pre-pandemic trends for a few years period. Thai economy as well are facing a downturn due to COVID-19 impact from both internal and external front. Last year, in the fourth quarter, Thailand GDP was forecasted to be negative 6.7%, better than previously forecasted at negative 10%. This year, 2021, K Research, our research house, projected GDP at 2.6%. Growth with the range of 0 to 4.5%. It may take at least 2 years until 2023 for Thai GDP to return to its pre-COVID-19 level. There are two assumptions of economic forecast. First, the development of the new wave of COVID-19 outbreak, which impact both household consumption and business sector. The second is the government support. The impact from the new COVID-19 outbreak was estimated to cost negative 1.6% for GDP, but was offset by the government measures that boost GDP up 1.4%. And government spending will be the key growth driver for Thai economy. On fiscal front, government resource is still enough to implement restoration measures in post-COVID-19 period. But policy effectiveness should be the focus. There was several relief measures for retail consumer. However, more of assistance measures for SMEs may need to launch to accommodate in the case of further recovery. Also, under lingering uncertainty, the Bank of Thailand is expected to keep its policy rate at the current low level, but a rate cut still being possible, pending domestic economic condition. Asset quality will remain among the top concern in 2021 to 22. There will be both customers who survive and who don't, some of which will have difficult situation even before the COVID-19 pandemic. On business front, tourism-related and retail trade, small shop kind of business are among the hardest hit. Implication to the bank is how to effectively provide financial aids to the customers, at the same time still remain our strength and financial system stability, meaning that we have to be able to differentiate between those who won't survive and those who have chance to survive if they have meaningful support. To recap on the 2020 performance highlight, loan growth was at 12%. Out of that, around 8% was from COVID-19 relief measures. The rest 4% was from business as usual growth, which were from corporate business and secure retail lending. KBANK has provided financial relief program in total of 400 billion baht, mostly for retail and SME. We selectively inject liquidity to those customers by considering their chance of survival, their collateral, together with government support, like guarantee from the Thai Credit Guarantee Corporation and the Bank of Thailand soft loan. In December 2020, overall NPL situation remained manageable at 3.93%. Credit costs rose from prudent ECL amid COVID-19, and provision was key drive for 2020 performance. In the first half of 2020, we set the credit cost at 3.11% to be prudent given the economic outlook, which GDP at that time forecasted to be -8 to -10 at that time. However, in the second half, the economic forecast was better than previously projected, as GDP forecast was revised from -10 down to up to -6.7%. Also, actual data of customer entering the program and their repayment behavior was better than expected. We saw improving trend of customer in relief program. Customer joining the program reduced from 40% as of September 2020 down to 19% as of December 2020, half of previously in September. For the payment behavior, we observed that more than 90% of customers in relief measures have ability to continue paying. Thus, we decided to revise down our credit costs to reflect the situation. On the revenue side, given the economic situation, we saw the decline net interest margin and negative non-interest income growth. On the productivity perspective, however, our cost-to-income ratio was still maintained at mid-40s. Despite of slowdown revenue, we had managed workforce by freezing most of the human resource capacity, except for this strategic position that we still continue to recruit talents. We also apply centralized budget management policy and tighten on spending effectiveness. Going forward, in 2021, Our revenue growth engine will still be lending. We want to have balanced loan portfolio to be resilient amid economic uncertainty. We still continue to grow SME portfolio during this COVID-19 period. We have developed significant learning from being a leader in this segment. We will improve our customer understanding of their risk profile via data analytics to enhance our risk-based pricing and optimize risk return of this portfolio. Another key focus will be on retail lending, which we will leverage customer data from both our side and from our partners to be able to offer financial product, especially lending to the customer that we never lent before. Asset quality will still be the area that we need to closely monitor. We observe positive trend of the payment behavior. We believe this trend could continue, given assumption that COVID-19 outbreak can be brought under control within February 2021. The net fee income growth would be in low single digit. The new growth strategy, which I will discuss later, is very essential. For productivity, cost-to-income ratio would be challenged to maintain. The range would be in the mid-40s. Both operating results, long-term return to shareholders are taken into consideration in determining dividend payment subjected to the board of directors in order to ensure the sustainable and adequate capital level through the changing economic environment. The ongoing adoption of Basel III and the new regulation requirement. For visions, purpose, and culture, KBANK operates business in line with the principle of a bank of sustainability, under a good corporate governance and appropriate risk management for the balance of three dimensions: economy, society, and environment. Customer centricity remains the core philosophy of our purpose to empower every customer's life and business. As I touched a bit earlier on the new growth strategy, there are 4 key areas. First, dominant digital payment. As of now, we have significant market share in payment business. However, we still continue to penetrate the market. Though the revenue generation from this business is not considerably high as before, we could acquire a lot of data to enable the second strategic growth, which is the reimagined commercial and consumer lending. Third, the democratized investment and insurance, which current penetration rate is still very low, so there are still more room to go in this business. And the fourth one is penetrate the regional markets. To achieve those new growth strategy, we need to be ecosystem orchestrator. We need to work with partners to provide excellent experience throughout the customer journey. Another transformation enabler is to strengthen and harmonize sales and service experience. We have observed changing trend of customer behavior after COVID-19. Comparing to 2 years ago, the statistics show that fund transfer, top-up payment has significant growth, more than 200% in mobile banking channel. Cash withdrawal from e-machine still grow about 12%, which while cash transaction at branch had reduced by 50%, but majority of customers still feel uncomfortable onboarding purely on digital channel. Most of new account opening transaction and sophisticated transaction like advisory service are from branch. Thus, we will need to enhance the role of each channel to do what they do best and complement each other. We feel thankful for what we got us here. Today we are in the leading position in several aspects. However, we have to drive innovation and enhance our technology capability. We have to make innovation happen while still handle business as usual by adopting technology implementation from global delivery practice such as end-to-end automation, process improvement, turnaround time improvement. Lastly, with the limited economic growth in Thailand from recent situation, we have been exploring opportunity for growth in regional market and target to increase revenue contribution of 5% from regional business in the next 3 to 5 years. Our regional business strategy is to use asset-light investment model by leveraging technology and partnership. Revenues from regional business will be from a low-hanging fruit on cross-border payment and supply chain financing between AEC and China, lending to corporate customers, then leverage to retail. We have already developed presence and nearly got banking license for all 5 countries in AEC. In summary, it's likely to take time, at least 2 years, for economy to return to the pre-COVID level, and there are still uncertainty that we have to monitor, like asset quality or the interest rate trend. Fortunately, Thai banking industry will remain strong in terms of capitals and liquidity. Our key focus would be for growth strategy, as mentioned, as well as productivity improvement. Key enablers in our strategy would be ecosystem partnership, data analytics, channel strategy, innovation and technology, and lastly but not least, regional business growth. Thank you.